A brand new vehicle in the Acura lineup. I am really excited to show you guys the 2025 Acura ADX. We have it in the A-Spec Advance, and it has some additional features that I just can't wait to show you. Let's check it out. If you're interested in an ADX, come check out our inventory. We're online at smailacura.com, or you can come see us off Route 30 in Greensburg. Platinum white pearl is the exterior color, and that does contrast very nicely with the blacked out features on this A-Spec trim level. Of course, in the front of it, we do have that blacked out Acura badge. That's actually an additional accessory, and if you look at it very closely, there's actually little LED lights that'll light up at nighttime for you, and it really stick out. Some other things you're going to notice along the front of the vehicle, these LED strips that really differentiate the ADX from other vehicles out on the road. You'll also notice, if you're an Acura fan, it does not have the jewel eye LED headlights. Around the side of the vehicle, you notice more blacked out features, including these 19-inch alloy wheels, and they are glossy black with that Acura logo sticking out there in chrome in the center. The blacked out A-Spec badge there is actually an accessory that has been added to it. You have the blacked out mirrors, as well as the blacked out trim around the windows, are actually all part of that A-Spec package. This Acura ADX is a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder turbo engine that produces 190 horsepower. It's on the same structure as the Integra, so about the same size. It is raised because it does have the all-wheel drive. It has a 6-year, 70,000 mile powertrain warranty, a 4-year, 50,000 mile limited vehicle warranty, and 3 years of data for Google built in. It also has rear multi-link suspension and front McPherson strut suspension. And of course, it has keyless entry. All I have to do is put my hand through the handle. That's going to unlock the door whenever I have the key fob on me. Of course, to lock it up, there's a few ridges up here. I'm just going to tap that. Whenever I do that, watch what happens to that rear view mirror. It has a power folding rear view mirror, so you don't have to worry if you park on a tight street. Around the back side, you're really gonna see how this thing sticks out. It has that black spoiler there in the center, and that's part of the A-Spec package. The ADX, the all-wheel drive, and that blacked out A-Spec logo are all additional features that have been added, as well as the blacked out Acura logo up top here. To get into the trunk, all I'm gonna do, it has a hands-free access power tailgate. All I'm gonna do is kick my foot underneath. I have the key fob on me, so that's going to give me access to the back. This has been outfitted with the all-weather mats, which I absolutely love. You have some additional storage underneath there. And if you look, the sides here, very easy to clean with that harder plastic surface. Love that it has the tonneau cover already installed in it, and you can put down those seats for even more space. Inside, we have the red leather seats, and this is a trim leather. It actually has like a micro suede insert in here. It feels really nice. The black is actually micro suede all the way up, stitched, and we have the all-weather mats in this particular one. Of course, this fits me really well. I feel like this is a very sporty back seat with this armrest. Of course, 2 cup holders back here. We have ventilation up here, as well as 2 USB-C fast charging ports and some additional storage behind the passenger seat. But the one thing that I love is this large panoramic sunroof. Gives me a little bit more visibility back here, and I don't feel cramped at all. I absolutely love it. All right, guys, let's jump up front and then we'll get this thing on the road. Here we are in the front seats of the 25 ADX, and man, is this thing just beautiful with the red interior. You have red on the dashboard mixing in with the black and the chrome, and it's all leather, and you have the suede inserts on the seats continuing there. Perforated leather there on the seats in the front. Let's go ahead and start this vehicle up. Keyless start there, and we didn't mention it out there, but we do have the remote start feature on this key fob as well. Let's look at our display here, right? We have 2 digital displays. Let's start off with the one right in front of me here. We have a fully digital dash in front of me. We have my RPMs on the left-hand side, my miles per hour on the right. We also have a digital display for the mile per hour in the center. On the left side of the steering wheel, we have our volume controls and our push-to-talk button. We have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in this vehicle, so that's really great to have. It allows you to access your phone to get directions, send text messages, make phone calls. And you know, to have a wireless charger in here too is really great. Also on the left side of the steering wheel, we have the ability to change what's on our display on the left-hand side up there. It's just going to correspond with what you want to go with. You can also change your, you know, whatever audio settings you're in. If you want to go to Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, USB, FM, AM, all that good stuff. And about the steering wheel itself, it has a nice textured grip to it with perforated leather, red stitching on the inside. Of course, it comes all the way down here to the bottom where we have the A-Spec logo and a slightly flat bottom to the steering wheel here. So definitely a sportier feel, especially for an SUV like this. We also have a heated steering wheel button. Love that in the wintertime. Let's look on the right side of the steering wheel now. We have our safety features. We have our adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist right there. If I use this scroll button, it's actually going to allow me to demonstrate a few different things on the dashboard here. Up there, whenever I scroll, we have drive safety, we have navigation, our speed time, our range fuel, basically all of our different settings, brightness, different things like that. Here's our safety features. We can go in and turn those off if any of those may be annoying us. We have tire pressure as well, and maintenance, as well as finding out who doesn't have a seatbelt on. And you know what? In this instance, I didn't have it on yet. So let me go ahead and click into that. And now we're good. Last thing I want to show off, I'm going to leave up during our test drive, is our all-wheel drive system. It's going to show you what wheels are getting power. What's really great about the ADX is that it's like an Integra on steroids. That's what I'm thinking, because we have all-wheel drive in this where the Integra didn't have that. You also have a little bit more space in here than the Integra had, but you're going to see a lot of similarities in this vehicle. And if you look up here, you can see the similarity here with the hood. It has a nice waved pattern that is very similar, and it's very sporty, very similar to the Integra though. Up top, we have a 9-inch touchscreen display, and you know, you could really spend hours on this here. Maybe we'll do a separate video on that sometime, but you also have Google built in, which is great. It just allows you to put in any directions you want, and you know, obviously you can connect your phone with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto as well. But you can also do searches, which is really cool, through Google. But you have a lot of features there. Very responsive display. Let's look below that now. Down here in our AC controls, we have ventilated and heated seats for driver and passenger. Great to have. If I look down here though further, you're going to have a USB-C, actually 2 USB-C fast charging ports there, as well as a 12-volt charger. But you also have your wireless charger down there. And just beyond that, you can just barely see it, probably from the back angle, but there is a cup holder in there. We have our automatic shifter, as well as different driving modes, right? So I'm just gonna hit this button and show you what they are. So when I hit up, it puts us into sport mode. We're gonna test that out on the test drive, see how it differs from our normal driving mode. Obviously there's our normal mode, our comfort mode, and snow mode. So definitely a lot of different options there for you to play with whenever the need arises. We have the idle engine off button and the hill descent control. So if you happen to be going down a hill, you can allow the car to slow itself, basically. You also have an electronic parking brake. If I just put my foot on the brake and pull that up. We also have brake hold. So let's demonstrate that real quick. You may have had this for years and not known it, but brake hold is one of my favorite features. And that's because whenever I have it active, like right now, and I have my foot on the brake hold comes up on my dashboard. That means I can take my foot off of the brake and I'm not going anywhere, right? This is great for stop and go traffic. So next, what I want to do is, you know, let's say the people in front of me go, I'm just going to hit the accelerator, right? Until I stop again. I'm going to hold my brake down, and brake hold came up, and now we're not going anywhere again. This is great for stop and go traffic. Takes a lot of that annoyance of having to press down the brake the entire time. Down below here, we do have another cup holder, and whenever I bring up the armrest, we have some nice storage space in there. Up top, we have a little place for our glasses. If we like to drive with sunglasses like I do, you have a shade as well as an SOS button up there. That's not to launch any type of missile or anything like that. It's got a nice little flip down to protect it from accidentally getting hit. You also have a way to vent and open your sunroof, right? So that gives us a lot of space. And it looks like one press is going to put you back partially, second press is going to put you back all the way. And this is a nice big sunroof. You have a nice windscreen up here. It's going to cut back from all that wind noise and harsh wind and maybe bugs and things that might fly in there. So that's nice to have up there. I'm going to press the button forward here, and that's going to close up automatically for us. With the shade, I can open that up completely if I want to, so that the people in the back seat can enjoy that as well. We have an automatic dimming mirror here, so that's always great to have as well. All right, let's get this thing out on the road and test some of the features out. Putting the vehicle into reverse, we have a nice 360, we have multi-view camera on this one, right? So whenever I turn the wheel, you can actually see that it's showing me my projected angle back into a spot. You have cross-traffic monitoring, it looks like, on there as well. But if I were to get close to an object, you can see that it's actually beeping at me and alerting me that something is back there, right? And the closer that I get to it, the more it's going to beep and go off. So that's really just alerting me of what's going on there. Let's say I'm in a busy parking lot situation, right? And I'm in reverse. So if I'm in reverse and a vehicle is coming behind me, you just saw there, that's the cross-traffic monitoring beeping at me and showing me an arrow of the direction that the vehicle is coming in. So I know, especially in busy parking lot situations, this comes in so handy so that, you know, sometimes you just can't always see around you. Of course, visibility in this vehicle, I think, is really good. Last thing I want to show you with the backup camera, you can make that full screen. You also have a different view here that you can do. This looks like it's a more wide view. You can actually see part of the bumper. That one's kind of a more zoomed in type view. And hey, how about this? At nighttime, whenever you might not need that screen to be so bright, you can actually change the brightness of that screen. So that's great to have too. We're going to start off in normal mode here. I'm just going to get this off onto the highway here. And okay, you can actually see on the dashboard that the all-wheel drive system kicked in there to help get us up to speed. We are dealing with 190 horsepower, and it's a 1.5 liter turbo engine. Definitely gets me up to speed. It's the same engine that is in the Integra. I'm just gonna go ahead and kick us over into sport mode, right? And the second that I kick this into sport mode, you could hear a difference. I could feel a difference. RPM's revving a little bit more. When I press the accelerator, I'm hearing more of that engine. I'm hearing the revving, right? Man, sounds sporty, feels sporty. I feel like the steering may have tightened up a little bit there too while I was driving, so I like that. Right now I have lane keep assist active, right? So what this is doing is keeping me within the lines of the road. So as long as the vehicle is able to register the lines of the road, if I just inch over here to the right, let's say my hand's off the steering wheel, all it's doing is really pinballing me between the lines of the road. So that's just a nice feature to have if you're going on longer drives. It does take a little bit of the stress away from driving, and you know, gives you a little less to worry about, you know, veering off the road. I currently have a vehicle coming up on my left-hand side. So when that happens, you're gonna see with the blind spot monitor, it's gonna light up there in the mirror. If I were to turn on my turn signal, that's now flashing at me and beeping at me audibly to let me know, hey, there's somebody over there, don't make that left-hand turn, you're gonna wreck. All right, time to check out this turning radius. I'm just gonna turn the wheel hard here. And that's a nice tight turning radius. Turn me right around within those 2 lanes there, and off we go. Some of the really cool safety features that come with this vehicle, you have the road departure mitigation. low speed braking control. So if you're in reverse and you might be hitting into something, the vehicle will slow itself to, hopefully prevent a collision. And your collision mitigation braking system. So if there was an accident in the front of the vehicle, that would brake the vehicle, hopefully to avoid the accident, but at the very least, slow you down to minimize the damage. If you're somebody that loves the Acura Integra and you're looking for something maybe with a little bit more room, or maybe with an all-wheel drive system, I think that the 25 ADX is phenomenal. So that's going to do it for my test drive of the 2025 Acura ADX A-Spec Advance. If you guys have questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'll make sure to get back to you. If I don't know the answer, I can always ask a professional salesperson. And if you want to check out the ADX yourself, come see it right off Route 30 in Greensburg at Smale Acura, or visit us online at smaleacura.com. Enjoy the ride.